So change that situation.
Yeah,
I,
so
I don't believe Tati. I don't believe Tati 100%. Okay, because last year she made a video, a 40-minute long video. I watched through all of it, even though it was on 3 times speed, and I wasted 20 minutes of my life listening to that. And then it turns out majority of it is fake. Okay, what's the going? What's? And now she makes another video. It's another 40 minutes video. She starts crying, blah blah, saying she's manipulated, Jeffree Star, blah blah, and all that stuff. So I'm not going to take sides here. Okay, I think Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson are terrible human beings. Okay.
what is happening, ladies and gentlemen? You are now brought back into reality. I am your host with the most, Usman and Bello, aka Mr. IBB. Alongside my co-host is finally here today, Abdullahi Lawal. How you doing, man?
My name Jeff.
Well, that's one way to make a first impression.
Oh well, you know how they say you either go big or go home. So I finally came onto the podcast. So you could technically say this is the first podcast. The last week one was just a pilot episode. But anyway, thanks for having me, Usman.
A filler episode.
It was a filler episode, you know. Like if you watch anime, you see there's so many filler episodes. So this is the main story, you know. This is canon.
Yeah. Those stories, they don't matter to the saga. It's not even part of a saga. It's just in between sagas. But at least with those, you can just build characters' personalities into them.
So today's the first arc of this reality podcast. So
yeah. But anyways, for those that don't know who Abdullahi is, I know you haven't made an appearance on my channel before. You did on Khalil's channel when I pranked him on his birthday.
Yeah, that was an old video, man.
Yeah,
4 years. 2016.
I know it's almost 4 years ago, but it's still gold every time I look back at it.
Been a long time. So let's Usman's introduced. So my name's Abdullahi, but you can just call me Abdul. And this is our podcast where we talk about random stuff, you know. And hopefully, in a few years, it'll be like Joe Rogan. We'll overtake Joe Rogan. You get me? Like like Jake Paul was like 5 million 2 months. Was it like that? PewDiePie is next. So hopefully, end of the month, we have 100 subscribers. You know, then Joe Rogan is next.
Yeah,
a guy can pray, you know.
Yeah, and we can dream as well. But anyways,
so
on this podcast, you are the co-host, so I would say you're like a Lawrence McKenna.
And you're like the true Geordie.
Yeah, I'm the one with the channel. You're just the co-host, and
but everyone loves a co-host, though.
I mean, the co-host puts more effort than the actual host.
Yeah, because like most of the time, the host is just a name, and then you see the co-host will be the one talking the most. But then again, co-host is a hit or miss. People either like him or they hate him. Hopefully, fingers crossed, flip a coin and I'll land on the right side, on heads.
That's like saying everyone loves Mike more than. That's like saying everyone loves Mike more than Logan Paul.
Most people do actually like Mike more than Logan Paul, but in Lawrence McKenna's case, most people hate him.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate. Thing is, I like him, but yeah, sometimes he has points that I just don't agree with, or he says stuff that I don't agree with. But the majority of the time, I say I agree with his points. But anyway, that's a topic for another story, another day. So
that's a topic for another story.
Let's start with the biggest news this week. Liverpool finally won the league. Usman, how do you feel about us winning the league?
First of all, I'm just gonna say congratulations for Liverpool winning the league. It's been 30 long years, and this season you were the clear favorites to go and win it. No one else was really involved in the race for it. So yeah, there's just nothing else to say but to say, yeah, you guys deserve the league.
I know. We were like top since week 2, I think, if I'm sure. So we didn't win the league. We walked through the league. We destroyed all the competition. Unfortunately, we got smacked 4-0 by Man City. But when I was watching the match and we were losing, to be honest, I really didn't care because like I won. Like the emotions of winning the league were just what you call it. We're still there. So like I was like, well, I'll just let them off. It is what it is. Because I remember last year when we didn't win the league, I was upset. But as Jurgen Klopp said, we go again next year, and that's what happens. We went again, and now we won it. Thank God. By the way, enough about Liverpool. How do you feel about Arsenal this season? Like you guys aren't performing well.
Diabolical, horrific.
Any comment on what to do? How to fix it?
Um,
Or
I would say,
don't be like Hugh Wizzy, yeah. And
oh no
what's it
no
called
no
again?
no no. He
I
was
just say I just
he's just a different
start
category.
chatting shit,
He's just a different category of Arsenal fan. He's just there.
or be
He's
like
just in the section of what are you?
Ty. I love that guy, but that guy can be delusional sometimes.
Yeah. Anyways, with us Arsenal, it's very disappointing to see the position we're at, and for anything we need to do next season, I would just say let's try and get rid of the players we don't need. We don't need. So whoever's doing best for us at this moment in time, keep them for now. Those that we don't need anymore, just focus on getting rid of the dead wood before you can focus on trying getting the better players. And
Who do you think?
obviously,
And who
just
do you think is the Deadwood?
I mean, to be realistic, that's the first thing we would need to deal with. You just get rid of dead wood. Either you sell them or let them see their contracts off. And seeing their contracts off is just an easier thing to do, even though it would take an amount of time. But if you're letting them, if they see off their contracts and they expire, you're saving money off the wage bill, and you can use it for other areas, of course. But that's just the first
So,
step.
if you had to pick 5 players to keep and five players, what's it called again, to sell, who would you pick and why?
5 players to keep. Okay, so this doesn't include the players that have been signed first season. So yeah, Pepe's out of it. And the rest of it. Okay, 5 players to keep. Aubameyang, Lacazette, Leno, Torreira, and oh boy, what else to keep? Gosh,
I would say David Lewis, but I know what you're gonna say.
hey, don't remind me. Don't remind me. And Callum Chambers.
Callum Chambers. To be honest, Lacazette this season has been a bit underwhelming. So has Pepe, but when it comes to Pepe, I can see improvement. I can see he's trying. But with Lacazette, I don't see any of that. To be honest, I don't know. Is it because he's played out of position, or he's not getting enough game time, or he's not getting enough service? But I don't really see much from him. Like for example, like Firmino this season, he hasn't scored as much goals, but what he does without the ball, or when he has the ball and he's finding space for Mane and and Salah to go up to the wings and score. But I don't see that with Lacazette. I was like, would you sell him and make a profit, or would you keep him and give him another season, like a chance to to regain his confidence and to go back to where he used to be back when he was at Lyon, like the form he was back then.
Lacazette's problem is it's a lack of confidence, I would say. Because last season he was he was unbelievable last season. Premier League Premier League team of the season, Arsenal's player of the year. He was he was phenomenal last season. This season it hasn't been great, to be honest. When there are chances of him to go and score a goal, he will like hold. You think he's like he'll just hold the ball up just longer than he would actually need to.
So like
Because
he hesitates.
he would fear that if he shoots, he wouldn't score. But that's how it is for like every other. That's how it is for everyone else. You shoot the ball, is either you score or you don't.
Yeah.
But still, I don't like the kind of player like that is. And if he can get back to scoring ways, it'll be he'll be very useful for us. I wouldn't say leave him, but I would need him to see the competition he might face because look at Eddie and Ketia. If every time he got onto the pitch, he scored a goal, and he failed his loan move from Leeds. So the way I look at it, right now the roles are reversed. Like I said, I think like a backup striker, while Eddie and Ketia alongside Aubameyang are like the strikers. And even look at Aubameyang, he's out of position. Yeah, he's scoring all the goals that he's getting. So
Yeah.
I really consider not selling Lacazette.
Just
However,
leave him.
if a if a very considerable offer did come in for him, maybe, but that's my two
Maybe.
cents.
I'd cash in, but everyone has different points of views on how strikers should be. Anyway, who would you sell? I like to hear this list because unfortunately, especially on Twitter, there's a lot. Most Arsenal fans say your squad is full of clowns. Like I can name one person, but I'll let you name him.
Players I would sell: Socrates.
He's actually one of your best defenders. And he has experience. That's the thing.
Yeah, but he just like Lacazette, just underwhelming, very underwhelming.
But you know, a
I
player
would
could have a bad season.
have I would have said David Luiz, but when I heard he got a contract extension, I'm like, oh well, he's out of that list.
No, but this is you, Usman. This is you. You can still sell a player when he has a contract extension. For example, Coutinho, he had was it a 5-year contract extension, a 5-year deal. And then he got sold to Barcelona. Now he's in Bayern Munich and he's playing really shit. So I don't really care.
Yeah, but
He staked us, and now it's coming back at him.
I
But
mean,
anyway, this is about Arsenal, not Liverpool.
I mean, he's
So-
paid the price, but anyways, if possible to sell David Luiz, I would keep Mustafi over Luiz, just because of recent performances.
Listen for
He's not good, but he's doing better than the rest of them. So
like a Dejan Lovren.
at least Dejan Lovren can call himself a world. I mean, oh no, forget the World Cup. That one doesn't even matter anymore. Mustafi didn't even play a role in that World Cup winning squad. At least Dejan Lovren was part of the starting 11 that got to the final.
Yeah.
Who else? Kolasinac, probably. I mean, the only thing he's done this season was defend Ozil from a bunch of bikers.
Yeah.
And now the
I
other
don't-
player I would sell is Granit Xhaka.
Why Xhaka though? Like when you guys bought him, everyone was saying Xhaka boom, Xhaka boom shakalaka. Everyone was praising Xhaka. But now ever since the incident, everyone just hates on him and turned on him. Like what's up with that? Like what are your thoughts on that?
I think when it comes to Xhaka, everyone knows he wasn't the one that we wanted. He wasn't the one that we wanted. Obviously, the person that we wanted to get was N'Golo Kante, but Arsenal just refused to pay the agent's fee to get him. Therefore, he went to Chelsea, and somehow, from instead of paying 30 million for Kante, we went and paid 5 million more for Granit Xhaka from Gladbach. Probably because he's not utilized properly, or he isn't performing. I think Xhaka is like Henderson, but actually that's an insult to Henderson. The thing is with Xhaka, I think he would need to play alongside someone better better
than
than
him.
him massively that can guide him during the game. So it's like
So,
if that person's
so it's
doing
like
his thing, then Xhaka can go and do what he
so it's
needs to
like
do.
when it comes to Liverpool in the defense, like we have Van Dijk who's like really great, yeah, and then we have like like what's it called again, likes of Lovren, Matip, or what's it called again, Gomez. I like Van Dijk and what's it called again is, and the other centre back will just look up to Van Dijk, and like Van Dijk will make them probably look better, or probably will show them how to play better, and therefore the defense will become better. So that's what you're trying to say with Xhaka. Like he needs someone who's better than him in order to show him how, in order to guide him or like help him out in instances where he can't, what's called again, perform.
Yeah, because when we signed Lucas Torreira, and then whenever they played together, was playing better. Xhaka was playing better. He was playing better with Torreira was playing. So I don't know what the story with him is. I think hard to say if I would give Xhaka one more chance because they gave him the captaincy and nothing went in our favor. And then there's what he did with the fans. It just went downhill. But somehow,
Yeah.
it looks like he's earned his place back. So we'll just see. We'll just see about that.
Yeah.
The other player would be Hector Bellerin.
Why him? He,
Oh,
he he's been phenomenal this season. Did
he's
I
been
pronounce that right? Phenomenal.
no.
I probably butchered it. I probably
The
said it
thing
wrong.
is,
But he's been great
Bellerin.
this season, though, hasn't he?
No. His only good performance this season was against Chelsea. Last season, he was doing well, but then he got injured for a long while. Now he's returned back, but he still hasn't come up come back to pace with things, and he's been underperforming. And every time he plays, it makes Pepe's job harder to do because when Maitland Niles plays at right back, he will know to give the ball to Pepe so that Pepe can go on the attack and do what he needs to do. With Bellerin, on the other hand, Pepe would have to come back just to get the ball from Bellerin. And by then, their defenders or defensive mates would have got onto Pepe and just covered him. And that way, it's just done. It's just done for them. So yeah, just Bellerin will be the fourth one on my list.
And who would be the last number
Mesut
five?
Ozil.
Oh my god. Actually, what is wrong with Messi? I love the guy, I loved him back in his Real Madrid days and when he used to play with, in Germany in the 2014 World Cup. But what has happened to him? People are complaining. Okay, he's on huge wages, 350 grand a week, but the coach is not playing him. The manager isn't playing him. So can we say it's his fault, or like can we say it's the manager's fault, or like what do you think?
I'll probably say both. I'll say both in a way because one, you're not playing the player, so if you get him in, he's not like he. How would I say it? He wouldn't be up to standards in playing matches. And with Ozil, I think he's not the same player he was years ago. He's not the same player he's years ago.
But that has to
And
do with age as well. They
yeah,
grow like most players when they grow older, like they're not going to be like people are saying he's lazy, but like most players when they grow older, they usually lose their pace. For example, but then they compensate it by doing something else. For example, I'll give you a big example. Ronaldo, back in his Man United or his early in Real Madrid days, he had pace and he would be flying around the wings. But ever since his injury in the 2016 Euros final, he's been he's usually in the box, usually near the box or inside the box, waiting for the goal because he's a great finisher. But with Mesut Ozil, I don't know because I don't watch his match. I don't watch Arsenal matches unless we're playing against him, and even then he doesn't play. So I don't know what to say about. I don't know what to say. Like I just don't know. I like the
well,
guy, but like
you could
But I
say
don't know what's
age,
wrong with
but
him.
when you look at a player like David Silva, he plays in the same position that Mesut Ozil does. So does Kevin De Bruyne, even though he's like late 20s. But the thing with David Silva and De Bruyne is they are versatile. They can play different positions. So even though they're both attacking midfielders, they can both play as center mids. So that they will still find a way to fit into the team and fit into the manager's plans. Also, can only play one position on one position well, and that is the attacking midfield role. And I keep hearing people say, "Oh, the attacking midfield position is dying out because people are playing like a standard 4-3-3 or like a 4-3-3 with a defensive mid." And even if you play like a 4-2-3, 3-4-2-1 position, there's like no place for an attacking midfielder to fit in unless they're versatile, which Mesut Ozil hasn't shown that he is. So I'll also take that into consideration as well. So it's sad, but yeah, I think we have to let him
It's
go.
the reality how it
Yeah,
is. Anyway, so I think we've talked enough about football. So let's get on to the second topic, Usman. I think it's your turn to pick that topic.
yeah. My topic is going to be about Shane Dawson. Lord God Almighty. What has gone wrong in this situation? Now,
Well,
Shane's been under fire for two reasons. There's the very bad one, which we'll get to that one in a moment. But I'm going to talk about the first one, which apparently, allegedly, I can't confirm if it's true or not. This is just what I'm
he's a
seeing.
paedophile.
Not that one. We'll get to that one. But Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star were the masterminds in Tiny Westbrook making that 47-minute long video trying to end James Charles's career. Apparently saying that he's a predator. He's a predator. Now
Yeah.
that enough is bad because Shane Dawson's 31, Jeffree Star's 34, and Taddy's 38
Nearly 40. She's nearly 40.
or 40. Okay, or 40. And last year, James Charles was 19. He was basically the face beauty of the beauty community on YouTube. He was the face. He was on form. He was getting views, getting the subs, everything. And
He
then
had it all.
that video came out. He lost about a million subscribers.
Yeah, it was a million.
Yeah, it was about 1 million subscribers. He was on the downfall up until he made his response video, cleared his name, got his subs back, and got even more. Now this year, Tayu made a video, and she tried to expose saying that Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star were the one that told her to make this video on James Charles.
Assalamu alaikum, man.
Okay. He's a bit busy on a phone call, so I'm gonna just wait for him to finish what he's doing. I think he's done by now. Let's just check.
Yeah, man. Where are you, man?
Okay. He's not done with that phone call just yet. I'll just give you a few more seconds, and we'll continue talking about that topic. If you have any opinions about what we have to say about these topics we're discussing, leave them in the comment section below. I just want to know your opinions about these. How about now?
So that's it, man.
Okay. Not just yet, but I'll just give it a bit more.
Oh, well, so sorry about that. My mum just came in, and
Alright,
when you're at home, parents and all that. Anyway,
yeah.
so Shane Dawson situation.
Yeah, so
I don't believe Tati. I don't believe Tati 100%. Okay, because last year She made a video. Unfortunately, made a long video. I watched through all of it, even though it was on 3 times speed, and I wasted 20 minutes of my life listening to that. And then it turns out majority of it is fake. Okay, what's the going? What's? And now she makes another video. It's another 40 minutes video. She starts crying, blah blah, saying she's manipulated, Jeffree Star, blah blah, and all that stuff. So I'm not going to take sides here, okay? I think Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson are terrible human beings, okay? Allegedly, Shane Dawson is a what's it called again? He's done racist stuff. He's done racist remarks, and allegedly we've seen him. He's a child groomer because he sees them with children and all that stuff. And Jeffree Star is just all around shit human being. But at the same time, I'm not gonna side with Tati because last year she manipulated us, and this year she got another video out. It's like the boy who cried wolf, you know. And like, I don't want to take sides. I want to be neutral, and I want to wait till both sides have come out with their what's called again respective receipts, all this stuff, and then I can talk, and then we can analyze it and see who's right or who's wrong. Because I don't want to like what's called again jump headfirst into the book, jump headfirst into the lake, and break my neck because the lake is frozen. If that makes sense. But like, I know Shane Dawson and Jeff are shit human beings, and Tati is probably manipulated. But I'm waiting until James Charles comes out. Everyone comes out with their receipts, which unfortunately I don't think they're going to do because they're going to sue people and all that stuff. And then we can draw a conclusion onto who's right and who's wrong. Because nowadays, cancel culture. For example, let's give you an example. Slazo incident that happened last year. Slazo's girlfriends came out and said he was a rapist. Many people, he was a rapist or he sexually assaulted her. Many people started slagging off Slazo. He came out with receipts, bang, he cleared his name. But like, if that happened to another person, it could be a different story. That person could end their life. Or if they had no receipts to back it up, that's it. They'd be labeled as rapists. What's the again? Pro Jared thing. His wife came out, and then he brought receipts, and he cleared his name. And it's like people nowadays. People just cancel people not because they really care about the victims, but just because either they just want something to do, or they just feel like let's just cancel this guy. I just don't like this guy, and I just feel like it's become really toxic nowadays.
The thing is, I don't really believe in all this cancel culture hype. Because I remember a tweet that KSI did. It said, the only person that can cancel you is yourself. So if you like let all of this get into you and you're slacking, then obviously you could find yourself done for. Because look at someone like Logan Paul with the Japanese Suicide Force incident. Ads no longer on his channel. People were criticizing him and saying that he should have a channel deleted, all that sorts. And I'll claim myself guilty because I did make a video about that 2 years ago, saying that we started the year on a bad note with Logan Paul doing this, and his channel should be deleted off the face of YouTube. I'm guilty with that. But look at him now. After the boxing fight, he's gotten himself back into top form. He's still making content, and right now he's more respected on YouTube. But now back to the point. The thing is with Shane Dawson, like the kind of personality he is, I don't think. I mean, when I saw him for the first time, I didn't really think he was such of a bad person. I always thought that it was the people he was around with that got him into this problem. Like Jeffree Star, I don't like that person one that bit because of who
he reminds me of what's called again. Who's remember this anime boss? I can't remember. He looks like I swear he's like an anime. You know, like an anime. There's always a boss that you have to defeat at the end. Yeah, he reminds me of one of them.
Looks like the kind of anime character you see in JoJo Bizarre Adventures.
Yeah, or he's like Cell, a perfect Cell. He's so cocky and all that.
Perfect. I mean, at least with Cell, they made him look perfect.
No yeah, but Jeffree Star ain't perfect. No,
he ain't not perfect. But now, the thing is, with Tati, I can't take her side because look at the time she decides to make that video. The moment things are going bad for Shane Dawson, that's when she decides to put out that video. Now, if she decided to make that video probably about the ending of 2019, I think people would have a different reaction to it. But I think because it's bad timing, that's why people are not taking her side. And now,
But
when
wait,
I say,
but wait, there's a reason. I'll give her the benefit of doubt. Okay, she did say Jeffree Star has dirt on people, so probably she was scared to put it out. And at that time, her her reputation was down, and people instead of like believing her, she'd be people just dogpile on her and just try and just get and make her the situation even worse. So like fair as okay on that situation, okay, I give fair enough. Shane Dawson's trending, Jeffree Star is trending, so like you can talk about that. But like at the same time, I'm still waiting for Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson pull out their receipts. I read both sides and I come to a conclusion and see who's wrong. I'm leaning on Tati being right, but at the same time, I don't want to be bamboozled twice. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. That's all I
yeah,
have to say, to be honest, on this situation.
now when it comes to bad timing, this brings me on to the second situation. Jane Dawson's past about him being a nonce and being full on racist and just a weirdo in general. Now, I've seen the old videos, I've seen the clips. It's absolutely so disgusting and just makes you just want to throw up. And racist at the same time, doing blackface is like that got me offended. But here's the thing: I understand that people are not happy about it. Even Jaden Smith and her mom came out about this situation, not
Yeah, but that was
happy.
his reason when he was sexualizing his little sister. Like, fair enough. Like the edgy jokes, the racist remarks. Okay, people do stupid stuff. Okay, when they're young. Okay, and the thing is, we shouldn't like he made those stuff here. What's it called again? And fair enough if you apologize and you change, then it's okay. But like, I can forgive the racist remarks or like the edgy humor, but the sexualizing of children, or like what's it called again? Him, what's it called again? Talking to a child about, what's it called again? About clappity clap clap. Like that was just so no, so weird and just find it so bad. And the problem is, yeah, YouTube is trying to censor it. Like covers, right? Most people don't like it, but
Yeah,
I do watch his video too because like sometimes he could be most of the time he's non-biased like unlike the other commentary YouTubers like I'm Alex and all that and Keemstar and all that stuff and like and his video got taken down was it I think twice because he had videos of Shane Dawson in it so like YouTube are trying to silence this because they don't want the platform what's it called again to have a bad name like even with the Tati video Tati didn't take it down because she wanted to. It was YouTube who told her to take it down. So like YouTube has a problem, but everyone knows YouTube have a problem. So that's not new news. That's old news to be honest.
yeah. And because of this situation, my ad. Wait, let's see. I'm just trying to see if I can get this up there. Hold on. Because of this whole situation, if you look onto Social Blade right now, I'm just trying to see if I can just open it right over here. Okay. Let's just see. All right. So let's just show it up here. Let's go to this. Here is his Social Blade. And if you just scroll down, he's lost 100K, more 100K over here, 200K, 100K, 200K. He's been losing some. He's gone from 23.2 million to 22.2 million. So basically, that's like he lost a million subscribers. But here's the main thing I want to look at. That minus 1.194 billion views worth of videos. He took down videos that had loads of views, and we can tell that the videos he's taken down were like the older videos that he's done in the past. But I just have a question. Am I wrong to say this? But those videos were made around 2011 to 2013. So like these videos are old years ago, and people are only talking about them now. So I'm going to say this, that why are these videos not being talked about then, while they're being talked about now?
Because I don't really know. I think it's because like the whole Black Lives Matter movement and all that stuff. Like I say, probably back then people would be tolerant about it, but now like change. There's need to be changes or something like that. I'm not sure, to be honest. Like I don't know how to say it, so I won't say it because I don't want to make a mistake. And some people be like, I get cancelled. But like I don't know what to say. Like in the early, like I say early 2000s, sorry, early 2010s and all that stuff. I didn't really use YouTube that much, and to be honest, so I don't really know, and I didn't really watch much of Shane Dawson, so like I can't say anything, so I'm just gonna keep quiet for now because I have nothing good to say, or I have nothing like important to say, or I have nothing that if I say it, it's gonna have value, so I'm just gonna say keep quiet.
One thing I would say, now this is what I heard from different YouTubers, but that YouTube back in the early 2010s was very lenient, so that you could able to post the kind of videos you wanted to do without having fear of it getting demonetized or being taken down. So like people say that's when YouTube was more enjoyable and fun to do because you could upload any kind of video that you wanted to do without having the fear of it getting taken down. So I think it allowed people to make these kind of content back then. But that's what they said. I don't know. And it reminds me of one time, I think it was in 2017 or 2018, a situation with Kevin Hart when people were bringing up his old tweets about homosexuality. I think, I don't know what it was about, but I know it had to do with homosexuality. And people were trying to get him
Cancel him.
get him canceled. But I'm just thinking like, why are you doing this now? Those tweets are years old. I were this is where it's years old. So like it doesn't matter now. If you talked about them while they were recent, fair enough. But now you're just digging up history for what? I don't see what they're trying to achieve here.
Oh well, we'll never find that out. We never know. We never know.
Uh,
Anyway, I think
anyway, that's my
about time
topic. Huh?
we wrap up. We'll wrap up what's called in this podcast. Anyway, so last question, Usman. If you were to pick one YouTuber to be on this podcast, who would it be and why?
I would like to have a Po- a Polish YouTuber called Polski Olympia onto the podcast. He is he's kind of, I know mostly like a fitness YouTuber, but at the same time he does other funny videos that I watch from him, where he buys stuff off of Wish and just reviews them, and I really enjoy his videos. I think he's kind of like a funny personality that I've started to see from him. So yeah, I would love to have him on someday and just have a nice chat with him.
For me, I have Pirates because number one, clout. Number two, he's my favorite YouTuber, and number three, clout. So
There's basically clout, and more clout.
basically, the three C's of YouTube, clout.
Yeah, the 3 seasons.
So, so what's it called again? This has been Into Reality podcast. I've been your co-host Abdul. I'm the host Usman. So and there'll be a link in the description below. Hopefully, after this video has been edited, and what's it called again? There'll be like a second channel where the clips and highlights of topics. It will be there just in case you don't want to watch the whole thing. So that's it for today. And anything to say, Usman?
Yeah, thank you all for listening to this episode of the podcast. If you did enjoy it, leave a like on the video. Any opinions of the topics we talked about, leave them in the comment section below. We would like to see what you would have to say. Thank you, thank you to Abdullahi for being here, and hopefully he'll be here every week because he is the co-host. And
Yeah,
hopefully Khalil
fingers
stops
crossed.
being on. Hopefully Khalil stops being on the lack and comes on here next week. And like he said, like Abdullahi said, there is going to be a channel for the Clips of Podcast where we will talk about these topics. And until the next episode, don't be daydreaming.